Since the early 1960s, massive cars have cruised American highways, icons of style, size, and strength. Ford was among the first to lead the charge with vehicles that turned heads and stirred dreams. These land yachts were adorned with chrome, vinyl roofs, whitewall tires, and enormous, relaxed engines. They weren't just cars, they were statements. Rolling monuments to an era where size and presence meant everything. There's nothing newer in the world than a 1958 Ford claimed the commercials of the time. And people believed it. We loved these giants then, and we still do now. Today, we dive into a forgotten era as we uncover 10 of the biggest and boldest American classics, vehicles so large and luxurious they practically needed their own zip codes. Each of these cars stretches well over 200 inches in length, redefining what it meant to drive in style. 10. 1963 Dodge Custom 880. When Dodge needed to fill the void left by the discontinued DeSoto brand in 1961, they introduced the 1963 Dodge Custom 880. Positioned as a full-size mid-priced car, it was marketed as the big car for the big car man. Visually, it stood out with flat glass windows, a sharp departure from the curved glass trend of the time. This gave the car a uniquely angular aesthetic, though not everyone appreciated its boxy charm. Under the hood, the base model came equipped with a 361 cubic inch V8 engine delivering 265 horsepower. For those with a thirst for more power, an optional 383 cubic inch engine churned out 305 horsepower. Later models added the potent 413 and 426 cubic inch V8s, attracting muscle-hungry buyers. Its 3-speed manual and 3-speed TorqueFlite automatic transmissions provided both performance and comfort. Measuring 221.5 inches (5.63 meters) long, it embodied the land yacht philosophy without going fully overboard. A big car with bold looks, it remains a fascinating artifact of transitional American design. 9. 1975 Dodge Charger SE. The 1975 Dodge Charger SE was a dramatic shift from the muscle car heritage of earlier Chargers. By the mid-70s, the Charger wasn't about raw power anymore, it was about luxury and cruising comfort. Gone were the swooping lines and aggressive stances. In their place stood a square, conservative exterior better suited to family outings than racetrack glory. NASCAR teams didn't even bother, the body shape was anything but aerodynamic. But inside, it was pure 70s luxury. Plush 24-ounce shag carpeting, soft touch materials, and faux wood grain gave the Charger SE a lounge-on-wheels vibe. Engine options ranged from a 5.9 LV8 to a monstrous 7.2 LV8, with all models featuring the smooth shifting TorqueFlite automatic transmission. It measured 216 inches (5.48 meters) in length, plenty of steel to cruise down Main Street in style. 8. 1973 Chevrolet Impala Custom Coupe. In 1973, Chevrolet's Impala Custom Coupe was more than just a car, it was a cruiser built for wide open highways and endless summers. From 1971 to 1976, the Impala lineup became the go-to for middle-class Americana, and the 73 model was a standout. Step inside and you're greeted by vinyl seating, wood grain trim, and enough headroom to wear a cowboy hat. Under the hood was a 350 cubic inch V8 producing 145 horsepower. But buyers could opt for the beefier 455 cubic inch V8 delivering 245 horsepower and 375 pounds-ft of torque, enough to tow a boat or blast past traffic. With its 221-inch 5.61 meters frame, it was no compact. But that was the point. The 73 Impala was for those who wanted room to stretch, style to flaunt, and power to play. 7. 1977 Dodge Royal Monaco. The 1977 Dodge Royal Monaco combined value and luxury in a way few cars could. A relic of the now extinct Monaco series, the Royal Monaco featured vinyl seating, wide bench seats, and not one but two ashtrays in the back. Because in the 70s, smoking was practically a feature. It offered hidden headlights tucked behind retractable panels and optional features like locking gas caps and digital clocks, high-tech for the time. Buyers could choose between a 3-speed manual or the trusted TorqueFlite automatic. At 225 inches (5.72 meters) in length, the Royal Monaco took up serious space in any driveway and looked good doing it. 6. 1975 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. The 1975 Cadillac Coupe de Ville has always been a symbol of American elegance, and the 1975 model was no exception. With its sweeping lines and commanding presence, it was designed for those who wanted to float through life in the lap of luxury. Inside, you could choose leather or patterned velour seats. Everything about the cabin screamed opulence, from the plush carpeting to the chrome accents and power everything. Safety and innovation were key. It featured airbags, a rare commodity at the time, and traction control for improved stability. Power came from a mighty 8.2-liter V8 engine pushing around 190 horsepower. Smooth, steady, and almost silent. At 237 inches (6.02 meters), it was longer than many full-size trucks today. 5. 1978 Chrysler New Yorker Brougham. Few cars embraced excess like the 1978 Chrysler New Yorker Brougham. It was the final year Chrysler used its C-body platform, a fitting swan song for the brand's era of indulgence. Inside, everything was powered: windows, seats, brakes, steering. There were ashtrays and lighters in every door but the driver's. The trunk? Carpeted. The seating? 50-50 split front benches for optimal lounging. Under the hood sat a 400 cubic inch V8 with an optional 360 for states like California with stricter emissions laws. Its 231-inch 5.87 meters length was partly thanks to federally mandated 5 miles per hour bumpers, giving it a bloated but majestic silhouette. 4. 1974 Oldsmobile 98 LS. Oldsmobile's 98 LS was the pinnacle of its luxury offerings in 1974. A two-door hardtop with opera windows and a vinyl roof, it looked more like a hotel suite on wheels than a regular car. Its 455 cubic inch rocket V8 engine managed 210 horsepower despite emissions-era restrictions. It still had enough torque to handle the car's 2.5-ton weight with surprising agility. Automatic transmission ensured smooth sailing. Measuring over 232 inches (5.89 meters) long, the 98 LS was a rolling lounge, refined, stylish, and built for prestige. 3. 1979 Lincoln Continental Mark V. If any car screamed luxury in the late 70s, it was the 1979 Lincoln Continental Mark V. Produced during the final years of the Mark series, it was the embodiment of excess done right. Its standard vinyl roof and iconic opera windows gave it unmistakable curb appeal. The Cartier-branded dash clock added a posh finishing touch. The optional collector series featured gold trim, crystal-like hood ornaments, and acres of padded vinyl. Powered by a 6.6L V8 generating 179 horsepower, it was built more for gliding than racing. Its sheer size, 233 inches (5.92 meters), demanded attention, making it one of the most visually dominant cars of its era. 2. 1975 Buick Electra 225. Nicknamed the Deuce and a Quarter for its colossal length, the 1975 Buick Electra 225 was a symbol of American status. Advertised against mansions and manicured lawns, it targeted the refined, aspirational buyer. It featured velour upholstery, thick carpets, and a cabin that whispered class with every touch. Beneath the surface, a 455 cubic inch V8 sat ready to deliver 205 horsepower, trimmed down by emission laws but still potent. Its 233.7 inch 5.93 meters length made it one of the longest cars ever produced. It wasn't just a vehicle, it was a lifestyle. 1. 1973 Chrysler Imperial LeBaron. Topping our list is the 1973 Imperial LeBaron, a car so massive it made limos blush. This final run of the Imperial line was only available in LeBaron trim, and Chrysler pulled out all the stops. Its front headlights were hidden behind sliding panels in the grille, and the body was draped in burgundy paint with a cream vinyl top. Inside, you'd find power everything: locks, windows, antenna, and even a stereo with a built-in tuner search function. Power came from a 7.2L 440 cubic inch V8 producing 215 horsepower and 345 pounds-ft of torque. A 3-speed torque-flight transmission ensured seamless cruising. But the real head-turner? Its length, a staggering 235.3 inches (5.98 meters), making it longer than a modern Ford F-250 Super Duty.